Take On Me by a-ha is one of those songs that are absolutely everywhere in movies. At least, it's been commonly showing up from the 2010s onward, despite being released in 1985. Either way, I personally enjoy the song, with the respective artists who wrote it being at least my top 25 bands of all time. It's a catchy, cheesy, pumped-up song with a music video that everyone knows at least vaguely, and it can work for a variety of styles and moods if applied well. And above all, it's unbelievably fun to analyze to an absolutely insane, unreasonable extent. That being said, Take On Me has been recently called overused, which, yeah, I can see the argument in. Which is why I'm going to attempt to rank almost every Take On Me usage in movies from worst to best. Some rules first. I only use movies that were on IMDb. If it wasn't on IMDb, I didn't include it. TV show usages are excluded, since if I added those, this list would be like 2 times longer. Finally, my ranking placement is solely based on how well the song is incorporated into the movie. If its usage elevates the story, makes sense thematically, etc. Not how much I actually like the movie. It could be an absolutely horrible movie, but if Take On Me plays and it's mind-blowing, that's all that matters on this list. Alright, I'm Joey with a D, and let's get into this list. Ranking. I don't know where I was going with that. Number 7, Bumblebee.
Look at you go.
It's a cool scene, but it lasts about like 30 seconds, and all it is just Bumblebee shaking back and forth a little. He's dancing. It's harmless and fun, but the usage of Take On Me specifically has like no reason to play other than, look, a popular 80s song, to set up the joke of Bumblebee not liking the Smiths. It's more just a quick joke than anything, and for that it gets the last place. Number 6, the Mario movie. Look, I liked the Mario movie. I thought it was a solid hour and a half of Easter eggs that I, as a Mario fan, loved. The core of the whole movie basically relies on being able to point and go, look, it's Cranky Kong, and he's being voiced by Fred Armisen. I love Fred Armisen, which is, personally, it's a solid form of entertainment. That being said, why would they include Take On Me in a movie that is being held up solely on references and in-universe things? Especially when the scene involves Sport Coat Kong taking Mario, Peach, and Toad on his car in a fast-paced action shot. There were so many other songs and music that could have been used instead, like Crazy Idea, a Mario Kart or Donkey Kong track, or a song like Hey Mario by Bowling for Soup that references the game. It doesn't actively hurt my enjoyment of the movie or the scene. It's a fun track to see play in a Mario movie of all things, but it's so out of nowhere that it feels like a weird inclusion rather than a solid track. Number 5, Teen Titans Go. To the movies.
This isn't rad enough! Titans, bust some sick moves!
I'm going to preface this by saying, 1, everything from this on actively enhances the movie and is a Take On Me usage that I absolutely love. And 2, I really enjoy the Teen Titans Go movie. I think it's the show at its best, and it delivers some strong satire while being able to be enjoyed by a wide audience with genuinely funny humor and catchy music. With that, its usage of Take On Me works. The scene involves the Teen Titans going, and I quote Robin in the movie, "Back to the future, I mean the past," in a clearly 80s-inspired scene of the Teen Titans taking off on their tricycles. It's comedic in nature, the stupid tricycle tricks are a great physical gag. It makes sense in-universe because Cyborg is seen playing the song, and of course, that would make sense because he's seen earlier in the show to enjoy 80s synth pop. And the more I write and think about this, the more I feel like this should be a few places higher. My only gripe is that it's so short, and most of the time is spent on this slow-motion face joke, which it's not really my type of humor, but everything else is executed absolutely perfectly. Number 4, Despicable Me 3. I acknowledge that I am objectively wrong with my placement. I genuinely dislike the Despicable Me movies besides the first one. That being said, Balthazar Brat is by far my favorite villain in Illumination's entire catalog and probably cracks the top 10, if not 5, if I had to rank my favorite animated villains. Maybe it's because Trey Parker's voice acting fits him so well. Maybe it's his whole over-the-top, but honestly, genius character design? It could be anything. But I love this man wholeheartedly, and I think the aforementioned scene featuring Take On Me fits him perfectly. And the song choice is not only fitting, but it gives further insight into how he plays music in the background to feel like he's still on a TV show being watched by millions. Or maybe I'm thinking too much into this and he just really likes music. Either way, it's so stupid, so campy, and I wish it was longer. It's great. Prefacing these next three by saying they were all incredibly hard to rank because they all serve a different purpose movie-wise, so it's hard to put one over the other, but yeah, just keep in mind these three are incredibly close. Number 3, Deadpool 2. In terms of overall tone and purpose, this one sticks out to me the most. All the other entries on this list are used as a gag or to complement a fast-paced scene, but this film's usage of Take On Me shows Wade and Vanessa reuniting after Deadpool's near death and grappling with the loss of one another and how he can't stay with her after all they've been through in a beautiful, unique, emotional scene that grapples with mortality and obligation. This scene utilizes the MTV Unplugged version of the song, making the soft acoustic guitar and lighter vocals emphasize the scene, with the lyrics vaguely hinting at the actual dialogue, such as "I'll be gone in a day or two," and the gorgeous lighting and subtle acting bringing it all together. The song being, Take On Me, actually makes it feel like a scene from a Deadpool movie and not just total tonal whiplash, due to the nature of the song's source material usually being like cheesy and upbeat. In playing Take On Me, it's not taking itself too seriously, it's making fun of other over-the-top emotional scenes in more serious movies that use like sad songs, etc., and it's delivering its own gut-wrenching scene all at the same time, and it's absolutely incredible to see. Number 2, Rally Road Racers. I'll be honest, when I first saw this on IMDb, I underestimated it, and I assumed it would be some standard animated family movie where they insert a, "Look, we're using a song that everyone knows! Throwback moment, am I right? Am I right?" But I watched this scene and it's way more than that. Not only is the original Take On Me video lovingly mimicked through what at least looks like 2D animation, possibly Blender's grease pencil, the entire song is utilized in this movie in an incredibly fitting way, highlighting a fast-paced, smooth, genuinely thrilling scene that is masterful to watch. I haven't actually seen the movie yet, but I'm more than tempted to after seeing that clip. It's not necessarily emotionally moving, it's not really a funny gag or joke, but it's incredibly done, enthralling to watch, and I'm guessing that the whole movie is about racing cars, so it serves its purpose beautifully. It's an homage to Take On Me and its source material, while also turning it into its own thing simultaneously. Actually, I even take it back about it not being emotionally moving. Seeing that, I'm probably wrong about this, I'm guessing lemur, the characters look like a lemur, pull the other lemur through the phone, it's emotionally moving in the way that you can just see the pure joy, and you can see the heart and talent being poured into this scene. It's awesome. And number 1, La La Land. Preface this by saying that La La Land is, in many ways, an incredibly flawed movie. It's far from the best movie on this list, but for all of its messy plot points and character arcs, it has an absolutely killer Take On Me scene that combines the best parts of all the aforementioned scenes of the previous movies. It's genuinely funny, emotional, timed perfectly, puts its own spin on the song, and it makes perfect sense in the context of both the story itself and the world the characters live in, connecting the audience and the world together. The scene starts off as a soundtrack to a new time in Mia's life, kicking off one of the many headers in the movie that show when it's a new season in the year. As it continues, it's revealed that the song is diegetic and being performed at a party she's at. They somehow managed to make this version of Take On Me unique, as it's not only an original cover, but the way it's sang is so over the top and funny that it immerses you in the world even more, in a way that's like, yeah, this is how struggling artists in a band held together by a shoestring would perform Take On Me. This is not surprising. even further. This scene is absolutely crucial in the movie, as it's the moment Mia and Sebastian reconnect after their encounter in a restaurant, making it nothing less than essential to moving the story forward, with a perfect song choice to do so. The scene both shows where Sebastian and Mia are in their lives, and it gives hints where they'll be in the future. The lyrics, once again, fit the character's situation, such as lyrics like, "Today is another day to find you." The song is also used as ongoing background music for conversations the characters have, so it utilizes every second of the song in a fitting way, and it doesn't just play as a quick, "oh, look and you'll miss it" gag. It's everything songs and movies should be, not just a callback or a reference to an unrelated band. It's fun, it's needed, and it's memorable. And it's also followed by covers of I Ran So Far Away and Tainted Love, which are absolutely phenomenal and fitting too, so that's an added bonus. Thank you for watching. I don't know if I'm going to do more of these video essays. I just made this for the fun of it. Probably getting back to regularly scheduled Hatch Appeal content soon. Okay, cool.